Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here, and I'm doing something new. There's gonna be a lot of videos for this. There's gonna be multiple parts, but not in a continuation where they go into each other. Um, I was watching Tokudan, episode 50, and which is now on YouTube. Carl and Rob have been killing it with a Tokudan podcast. Go check it out if you haven't already. Um, so someone brought up candy toys, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, and that it kind of reminded me that like I haven't been keeping up with my candy toys. My hair is really a mess right now, so I'm just like, I got a haircut. Um, so I haven't really been doing any of my showcases for candy toys for the different waves of Revice and that, and I apologize. It's in the works. I gotta get it going, especially because I have Revice by 4, which is being delivered in like 2 days. By the time this video goes up, it probably has been delivered. So the first video I'm gonna do, which is the one you're watching right now, is gonna be me just going over all the different types of candy toys, what they are, but I'm strictly sticking to Tokusatsu. So just Kamen Rider Super Sentai. So I will be going over Judos, So-Dos, Shotos, Shoto O, Shoto X, all those, the mini Plaza for Super Sentai and, Judos and whatnot. And I'm going to, show you a few figures as examples of the difference and, what they are and what goes into them. The second video, I'm going to be actually going in depth and comparing all of them, and going more in depth for each one into one video. So it's like, what's the, basically, comparing Judos, So-Dos, Shotos, and mini Plaza. Like, here's what you need, like, in depth. And then that was my kitten meowing. She's very vocal today. And then the third video, I'm going to go over my whole entire collection, displaying. If you've noticed behind me, I actually have a new display for my nano blocks, which is another video I'm working on. My backlog right now of videos, I have legitimately 10 nano block videos that I have finally finished editing. I just have to do thumbnails and start uploading those. If you are into candy toys, I have been covering the D-Man and G-Man blogs over at the Candy toy blog that they've been doing for Bandai. I've been covering that weekly now. I just started that this month, just because I think it was brought up, I believe, by Peacemaker in the Tokudan chat, because they live stream their podcast episodes on Sundays over at twitch.tv/kaijukarl, and then they upload it on YouTube usually towards the middle end of the week. It was brought up, not a lot of people are talking about candy toys, and I think that is, out of all the merch for Tokusatsu, candy toys are very slept on. The fact that they don't take up a lot of space, the quality on them, especially if you've been reading the blogs or the 2 new videos, this new series I started, the quality of these figures is just insane. So candy toys. What are candy toys? Now that I've long-winded this intro, candy toys basically are what you think. If any Japanese market in Japan, is that in the candy aisle, you can see something that looks like this, and this is a Yudo for 2 Kaiser, because I still have to build this one. Or you'll see a box like this. I open mine from the top. I don't tear them and leave them. And you'll see a whole bunch of little boxes on display, and these boxes have figures to make, and they're candy toys because they have candy in them. Now, I ate one of these once. Now, this is from the Judos and the mini Plaza, and the candy in the So-Dos looks more like a chiclet type gum, and I will say it is the grossest thing I've ever eaten from a candy standpoint. But also the fact that I don't eat candy. I don't eat a lot of sweets and sugar and stuff like that. And I don't know what flavor those are supposed to be. I never looked into what flavor they were. I ate one of the ones from the So-Dos, and I was like, it's like gum, but gross. And then I finally had one of the ones from a mini plot in Judo, and I was like, oh, this isn't as bad, but it still was gross. So, I mean, it's an acquired taste. So I really don't care about the candy side of it. But yeah, so you'll see them up, and sometimes you can see on the lower shelves these things, which is for the mechas, and a lot of boxes go into making these, and I'm going to go over boxes and how they work. But I'm going to go into a little history of what got me into candy toys. So I originally moved to San Diego in 2013. And I got really into a lot of the anime stuff out here because growing up in the middle of nowhere, Connecticut, I didn't have a lot of stores to go to get stuff. If I wanted anything, I had to either import it, get on eBay, and that was it. So when I moved out here, I discovered a lot of the Japanese stores and the grocery stores, especially, getting on food because I like food. And it honestly wasn't until 2016 when I hate saying I discovered, because it was technically there, but I had finally gone to a store I'd never been to before called Mitsuha Marketplace, and it's this nice Asian Japanese grocery store, and they have like a little collectibles merch store in there too, where I can get like anime, like clothing, hoodies, backpacks, figures, stuff like that. But I just happened to go down the candy aisle because I had to get through the aisle to wait in line to get rang up, and I was just looking at the shelves, and I just saw these Kamen Rider stuff. Now, anyone who knows me, I've been very vocal. I have been a fan of Kamen Rider since 2004. The first season I ever saw was Kamen Rider Blade as it was airing. Oddly enough, the funny story is I found it by mistake trying to find anime on the internet, and I stumbled upon Blade, fell in love. Ever since then, it's just been off to the races with me and Kamen Rider. And so after, being in the Kingdom, I'm looking and I see, some Super Sentai stuff, and this is around the time frame 2016. Power Rangers, wasn't really into Super Sentai or Power Rangers. I know I said Power Rangers. Listen, I'm not going to do the Sentai versus Power Ranger debate. So I'm looking at these candy toys, and I see some Super Sentai stuff, some of the mechas for it, and then I see Kamen Rider, and it was X8. And I was like, what is this? This looks cool. And all I saw was Gamer Driver. And I didn't know what candy toys were. So my first candy toy I ever bought was this little X8 Gamer Driver. I don't have any of the candy toy gimmicks, but it had like a little cool belt clip and this and that. And I was like, well, obviously this is not to scale. And I put my stickers on it, and I was just like, wow. And I've had this ever since. It's been almost 6 years. Just as a reminder of this is where I started. Was this little Gamer Driver. And so ever since then, I would go back, and the So-Dos were not fully like a thing yet. There are other candy toys, like there's Pokemon candy toys, there's Dragon Ball Z, like most of the time they're just little figures, not to the extent of like So-Dos and Judos where you got to put them together. So fast forward a couple years, in the meantime, from Kamen Rider Tokusatsu merch, my main thing was I want gimmicks, belts, and SH figure arts. And I was kind of sleeping on the So-Dos. I knew about them. I saw posts. I would check, Madarake and Amazon Japan, and using other proxies to check other Japanese stores and marketplaces. And I would always see So-Do over and again. I would always see So-Do. And I'm like, what are these? And it wasn't until I want to say Saber was about to start airing, I bought some Geo So-Dos, or not Zero One So-Dos, and I was like, these are pretty cool. And then when I did my research, I started, going more over to this place, because there's also some other stores near it, like Tokyo Central and Maine, which if you've seen any of my videos from the pop-up store from Bandai, love Tokyo Central and Maine. Book Off is over there too, another great place, which is where I found a majority of my SH figure arts and a lot of my Ultraman merch. But I know it's a long-winded story, I apologize, but it's just so you get the foundation of why, So-Dos to me appealed to me, and it may be something that you may have overlooked, and the story may resonate with you, and you may be like, hey, I kind of want to get into So-Dos, and I'll go over how to get them too in this video. So I started, the store had So-Dos. When Saber was coming out, they had the So-Do, they're kind of delayed because of everything going on. There was a whole, pandemic thing. And so I was finding full waves, like the full box like this of the So-Dos. And I've never been the type where I'm going to grab everything. You know, I grabbed what I wanted at the time. I wasn't trying to get complete waves. And also the fact that like they didn't have a lot and I wanted to, you know, leave some for kids and everyone else to get because, you know, I'm a nice person. Not always this merch madman going on, but I am. And so, you know, that the Saber kickstarted it. And it got to the point where then I was like ordering through third party and other people in Japan, just ordering the whole boxes, which is how I was getting full boxes like this in, and I'm doing it even going into Revice. So that's kind of, you know, and it's something about it. I've always been a fan of building things, Gundam model kits. I used to do a lot of Warhammer like crazy. I worked at a game workshop when I was in high school, my tail end of high school, like senior year. I worked at a game workshop, so like I was buying up Warhammer like crazy. I always liked Gundam and Warhammer and stuff like that because, you know, I'm like building models. It's very, for me, it's very therapeutic and relaxing. You had a long day where you're stressed out, just put on some headphones, put on some nice relaxing music or an audiobook, and I will build a whole set in one sitting. And not even like at the time of recording this, I was actually up until 3 in the morning losing because I got out of work late. I was kind of, you know, it was raining, was kind of in a crap mood. And I was like, you know, I'm going to build some of my mini plows because I have my Zenkaiser Yudo mini plow backlog is crazy right now. So I ended up, you know, just put on some music, turned over here, I took up my little display, put my light on it, and I just sat here and I built some Yudos and I built the whole Brumajin Zenkaio. And then I built the Katana and Ricky sets, but I didn't put theirs into the mecha form. I have it set in the ship in the motorcycle form. And next thing you know, I was like, oh, it's like 3:08 in the morning. I should go to bed. And that was just such a, and I lost track of time. I didn't even realize how long I was doing. I was just like, okay, just having fun. It was very relaxing and calmed me down, and I went to bed fine. So for me, doing all these and they'll be frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna go over some of the Saber ones in the next video where I compare everything, or you'll probably see it really quick when I go over each one and like how they look. But man, the Saber one with all the stickers for Cross Saber, those like they're frustrating. But outside of that, there's been an evolution in the sticker form and how much they're painting and this and that, which I've talked about in a few of the blog videos on. Yeah, so let's not waste any time. I'm going to go over the different types first. I don't have boxes for all of them. So the first one I'm going to go over is going to be Judos. So Judos are usually for the Super Sentai franchise. They come in one box. And so one box has the whole figure in it. So what you see is what you get. So you get Tukai and you get the hands to change. Now these, just like the So-Dos and the set, they have stickers for a lot of the paint and detail on them. They're not nearly as bad, and the good thing about Judos is you just need one box to make the figure. Now they do have, my main complaint about Judos is sometimes you will need a last box, which will be like accessories. That's where you'll get the weapons and everything else. And I'm always like, but it's better than having to buy two boxes to make one figure. So this is what they're looking in the box. And if you want to see, I'm going to try not to show my thumb because my thumb is healing. There's a chunk missing out of it, which has also been kind of, This is obviously Stacy. You got to have Stacy. This is what got me into the Judos because like, yeah. So most of the red, and you can kind of see one of the stickers is actually starting to peel because it's higher. I actually plan on at some point doing like a clear coat over them to kind of seal the stickers in. But yeah, all the stickers on it, but like the quality is really good. And it's, you know, all this was in one box. And yes, doing the stickers on the weapon, it came out wonky. So if you're looking at it really close like this, you'll be like, oh, that looks bad. But from a display standpoint, it's nice. So that's what a Judo is. Judo, and usually if there's multiple forms, like for example with this is Judo Wave 2. So for this one, if you want the two other forms that Kaiser has with Katana and Ricky, where he has like, you know, the red cloak, and then the other one with the samurai sword one, and then also the third form when they have the Zenkai dragon gear, you would need 3 other boxes. And sadly, if the other boxes just come with the pieces to put on it. So I have one, I believe, right here. So this box, without the light on it, is literally just the cloak and everything else to add on to this figure. Now, if you want all 3 of the different forms, you have to buy this one technically 4 times, because you're going to want him by himself as well. So you're going to have to buy 4 of these and 1 each of the other ones. And luckily this one came with the henshin device, the one with the spins and dances. I forgot that. I'm drawing a blank on the name. So that's how I got the weapon. So that's the one downside, because with So-Dos, all the forms are going to be 2 boxes each. You get them all. You don't have to buy the same one over and over again and then buy other boxes. Judos, it's like this, and it gets pricey. So I still have to buy 2 more Stacy's, or not Stacy's, wow, 2 Kaisers to finish that one. And then we have the mini Plaza, because I'm going to stay with the Sentai theme. So I have all the other ones already built. So the ones I have right now, like I said, is Dragon. Now this one you need 4 to build. And if you look on the side of it, you can see what each box has, and all 4. And then on the back, it tells you when you combine all 4 how it looks. And then also this one can combine with, Zaon, Room, and the Cutner and Ricky mecha. Sadly, once again, if you want all those different forms, you're gonna have to buy multiple of these to do everything, and you'll have multiples of others, and that's kind of the issue. I don't want to say issue. That's not really an issue, but it's like, if you want a complete set of all the forms on display at the same time, you're gonna have to buy multiples of a lot when it comes to the mini Plaza and the Judos. That's just how it is. Whereas that's kind of why, from a Judo standpoint, I'm not going too in depth. Whereas with So-Dos and Kamen Rider, those are the ones I'm getting everything for. So I mentioned it with boxes. So with So-Dos for a candy toy, these ones you get 2 boxes. So in order to make Cross Saber, which is what I'll show off, because I also have the Cross Saber figure in front of me, so I can show you guys directly, you need 2 boxes. And box number 1 is, some of the top torso and the legs, and number 2 will be the display stand and the helmet, arms, weapon, everything else. But that's it. All you need is these 2, and you have it done. And the one thing about So-Dos I love, and actually you'll be able to see because all the stickers I'd make, 90% of this is all stickers. You kind of see the gross thumb, is they come with a stand, and the stand will have the name of what it is. I love that so much. That is my favorite thing about So-Dos. And so these ones, they take a little more time to put together. A lot more Saber, anything Saber and previous. So 01, I believe there's some build ones, Gaim, Ryuki, this and that. They have a lot of stickers, and they take a lot of time to make. But the detail on them, is so good. They do have a good amount of posability to them, but the detail is great. And another one I did, because I brought it up, is Ryuki. Not as many stickers on Ryuki, because this is actually the So-Do Chronicles. So there's the regular So-Do line that comes out whatever's currently airing. For Saber, they called them books. So Saber Book 1 was Wave 1, and Book 2, and so on, all the way to Book 10. For Revice, they actually call it Buy One. So, and 4 just came out at the beginning of the month. And so, I built all of those already, which I'm going to have some showcases going over each wave. I have to just edit a lot of stuff. So with So-Dos, the 2 boxes, it's a nice, easy, it's like when I go to Mitsuha Market, I'll see a couple boxes on there, and it's like, all right, like I'm trying not to buy a whole box. Like the whole box is, depending on what wave they are, they realistically, to the right place, you can get these for like 40-50 bucks for the whole box online, like Ami Ami and stuff like that. Toku Collectibles sells them. Actually, the guy I usually get my sodas from, he couldn't get buy 4 for me, so I actually got it through Toku Collectibles. That's actually gonna be here this week, free shipping. Like I said, I still support Toku Collectibles. It's just from he doesn't always have the candy toys, and he knows that because I've even talked to him. He's like, it's not the easiest thing to get in, so like I'm not gonna fault anyone for that. So that's my So-Do thing. And so most of the time I'll go out, like Ryuki, I didn't buy the whole box online. Like I went to Mitsuha Market, I saw they had Ryuki and a few other ones, and I was like, okay, I'll pick those up. Picked up 1 and 2. It's also nice to go there because I'll get some of the boxes I already have that I need. Like, so spoiler for Saber, I have the Desast figure, but I wanted Desast with the Kamen Rider Falcon sword and driver, and they didn't have since I ordered one wave, I only had one, and I already made Falcon. So I went out and I found the Falcon second box that had the sword and driver and this and that, and I was like, all right, and I bought it. And then I bought another Desast because I had that there still too. So I was like, boom, done, problem solved. Now I have Desast with Falcon sword and this and that, and I thought that was a cool idea. Really quick, one of my favorite ones, I have this. This is a special Televikun dragon form for Saber, which is finally actually got released. It was from one of the Hyper Battle DVDs that was a part of one of the magazines, and I finally I got that one. I built it, and I had a second one. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the second one because I'm not gonna make it because I already made one. And yeah, also first, there's been a change in So-Dos where they're doing more paint, less stickers, and they've changed a lot of the posability on them. New ways they do the shoulders and the feet. So just to give you an idea, here's Kamen Rider Evil with the bat genome. Like since there's more stuff, like all this in here is painted now, so less stickers, and you can just see the quality. Like that is drastic increase in quality. So I love everything Bandai's been doing with the candy toys. But there's still something else. Shotos. Now there's multiple Shoto thing. Like the Shotos, it's one umbrella style of candy toy. There are no stands. Very rarely is there a sticker, and they're just one box. That's it. They don't come with the stand or this and that. And the only ones I have to show are Blade related because Kamen Rider Blade is the most superior Kamen Rider season. So obviously we have a Joker right here. So no stickers. And the quality of them, they're very posable, and if you watch the most recent video, there's a new one called Shoto Double Cross that's starting, and the detail, like, I mean, come on now, look, these are nice. And the last one, because Blade, I have other ones too, I just gotta, they're all over the place. I didn't want to take everything out. I'll do that when I go over my collections because I have all the other ones as well. Got Blade with King form. I just actually found when I went to Mitsuha, they had Garen with one of his upgraded form as well, and they had the minions from Blade. And I believe, I haven't opened them yet, I believe it actually has the little spire thing from the show. So I was like, ooh, this is good. The Shotos are a little more straightforward figures that are in there. Usually they come with different hands and the weapons. You just take apart the little thing, put the hands in, and you're good to go out of box with that. No, like every once in a while, like I have a couple of the X8 ones, like the Genom and Zombie, and you had to put a sticker like on the chest, and I think that, and like one in the driver really quick, and that was really it for stickers. There weren't a lot. But yeah, so now the question is, you want to get into So-Dos, and this is how I'm going to close out the video. So if you want to get into So-Dos, what are some of the things you're going to need? Besides buying them, like I said, you can go to Madaraki, Amazon Japan, eBay. A lot of people sell So-Dos on eBay. If you do live in Southern California, hit up, any, international supermarket, Marketplace. Like I think H Mart might have them sometimes, even though it's more of a Korean market. Mitsuha, Tokyo Central in Maine used to have them all the time, and then they kind of modified their storefront, so their grocery store next door, because there's 3 locations, so they have all like the home good and toys and stuff in one, and then they have all the grocery stores next door now. They have So-Dos. They don't always have them. That was one of the places I used to get. I got a lot of my Ultraman candy toy stuff there, like the gimmicks, and when they were doing all the like the little gear, like not the gears, the little round like medallion coins. I got so many of those from there. So check local first. Obviously, always support your local businesses when it comes to merch before going out and, you know, going through resellers. But places like Toku Collectible, I know Toku Collectibles gets more of the Judo stuff and the premium Bandai stuff. So definitely, because our premium Bandai So-Do stuff and Candy Toy stuff too. Like the Battle Robo Stay Caesar was premium Bandai. I have that, which I need to put together. And there's so many places. So other than buying them, general thing you would need, tweezers for the stickers. I cannot stress this enough. I have multiple types of tweezers. Like, I don't mess around, because yeah, they're needed. And then for storage, I only brought 2 out because I have a lot of these. I got these at Walmart. They're like $2. They're like little things you can put with like beads and stuff. I put all my spare hands and all the spare pieces in these, like, because yeah, there's a lot, and those are very easy to keep track of everything. Like, I have all my spare different like accessory pieces, belts, hands, stickers, everything else like in these, because I have like maybe 4 of these now that are full, and I have them organized by, you know, sets, so they're not just all over the place. I would strongly suggest organizing it with something like that. I'm trying to think. That's really it. I'm actually going to show you guys the mecha really quick, because I showed everything else I built. Let me grab Room Machine really quick. So this is Room Machine. I will tell you right now, they are not to scale, obviously, because DC is not that tall compared to a mecha. Although I will say with So-Dos and premium Bandai for Ryuki, the monsters like dragons, stuff like that, those are to scale, which is great. But yeah, no, the detail on these are really nice. Like, I really enjoy, you know, the candy toys, because one, they don't take up a lot of space, and for the price point, it's great, and they're good detail. You're gonna go broke buying all the DX mechas for Super Sentai and all the SH figure arts. And let's face it, they don't really release just regular action figures for a lot of stuff. I mean, they are with Revice, and I got one of those sets, and I wasn't really that impressed with it. So I was like, I'm just going to stick to So-Dos. But this has been the first video of multiple So-Do ones. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to be really going in depth, comparing all the different types of candy toys. And then also I'm going to be going over in another video just my whole entire collection as a whole. But yeah, that's really it for this video. Let me know in the comments below, you know, if you're into candy toys, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will try and, you know, answer everything accordingly and properly. I will always say, in no way, shape, or form am I the go-to expert, end-all, be-all when it comes to candy toys as an expert. I just noticed, you know, there's a small minority niche group of us that are talking about candy toys, and I feel like, you know, this is an not untapped, I'm trying to think of a word. This is a niche in a side of Toku from toy collecting that is just not getting enough love, and I think it's amazing. And you know, it's one of those things where, like, I hope down the road, we, like, just like with Bluefin and Team Rider USA, and, you know, Tokusatsu and this and that, bringing, you know, certain things to Blu-ray, and we have an anime and this and that. I'm hoping they can see the So-Dos and Judos and all sorts of stuff, and see that, you know, hey, this should be released. This should be more widespread. This should be more easily accessible for people to get, even though it's not that hard to get these at the price point. So I think, it's definitely an underappreciated subcategory within the Toku toy community. So yeah, that's really it. I thank you guys for watching. Like I said, comment if you have any questions. Let me know what you think. Let me know, are you going to be getting into candy toys? Are you into candy toys? If so, what sets have you gotten? Because I love to talk candy toys. But I thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make sure you check out all their stuff. I got Toku reactions coming up. I got nano block videos. I'm going to be doing a showcase of my collection of nano blocks as well. I'm actually going to be going over my complete Kamen Rider DX driver collection and even some CSMs. I'm finally going to do that video. Now I'm finding some time to make more content outside of just the reaction reviews of my podcast. I'm going to start making some more original content that I've been meaning to make for quite some time. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.